A loupe can be a vital function for inspecting your fountain pen nib, but if you're using one for the first time, it might be a little disorienting or you might just not know what to look at. So today I'm going to cover the basic functions of a loupe. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how this works and what you need to do with it. Greetings, my name is Drew from gouletpens.com, and today we're going to talk about loupes. What is a loupe and what does it do? Well, simply put, it is a magnifier with a wide variety of applications, but in the fountain pen world, it's mostly used to look at nibs. So why would you need to look at your nib under a loupe? Well, if you have any writing issues, if you're experiencing scratchiness or you think something wacky might be up, this is a good way to verify that and to identify the need for any potential repairs. Or you might just think it's pretty and want to get a better look at it. Magnifying loupes come in a variety of shapes and sizes, but this is the one we currently sell on our website, gouletpens.com. So this is the one I'm going to be going over today. One of the first questions we always get is how to position this thing on your face. The loupe should actually rest right on the bridge of your nose and just below your brow. You can actually touch it to both points on your face. You want this thing stabilized. Your other hand should hold your pen and then find another anchor point, either with an unused finger up against the front of the loupe or against the bridge of your nose, something to stabilize it so you have as many anchor points as possible. The most important thing going forward is to keep as many things anchored as possible. Elbows on the table, loupe up against your face, and then this resting up against some other part of your body. And once you have that done, angling either up and down or in and out at the same time so that you're not moving it all around. Just choose one point of articulation at any given time, because if you're moving this thing all over the place, it's gonna be a much harder time for you to get things focused, especially with an extra fine nib. If you find yourself getting disoriented or even dizzy, try to keep both eyes open, that might help, or switch eyes. You might accidentally not be using your dominant eye, so do try to use your best eyeball. The loupe that we sell has a built-in LED, so this could help illuminate your situation if you're not in a super well-lit environment, but it could also throw some glare off of the nib, so again, use at your discretion. It's usually best, and by that I mean always, to inspect your tines in a pen that has been emptied of ink, cleaned, and dried. Even a little bit of water in between the tines can throw you off. So that's how to hold the loupe. Now what do we look for? Inspecting your nib from all angles isn't a bad idea, but some viewing angles are definitely more helpful than others. One popular way of looking at the nib is by pointing it right towards you like it's gonna poke you in the eye. This way, you can very clearly see if the tines are misaligned. Turning the nib to the side and looking at it that way can also show you whether or not the nib is severely misaligned or bent, but it can also show you whether or not there is a gap in between the feed and the nib. That's no good. Another good viewing angle is this one. By holding up your nib to a light source and checking it out through the loupe, you can see how much light passes through the tines, if at all. If you've got super tight tines, you're not gonna see any or some light. If it's very open, you're gonna see a lot of light. So that's a very good way to gauge how tight your tines are. However, of all of these angles, this one is the most important. So if you look at it like you're poking yourself in the eye, that can be very helpful for seeing really badly misaligned tines. However, you don't actually write like that, do you? You usually write at a bit of an angle. So most people write at a 45-ish angle, I do. So what you wanna do is you wanna inspect the part of the nib that's actually making contact with the paper. So by turning it around like that, and you're looking right at the writing pad or the writing surface of the nib, you can see what part, how does the nib look like where I'm writing with it. And if you write with a different angle, just inspect the angle of the nib relative to how you're actually making contact with the paper. So by looking at the writing pad, see right here, I'm using my pinky and connecting it to my finger here to kind of stabilize everything. By looking at the writing pad, I might see something different. Everything could look okay here, but not here where I'm actually doing my writing. So that is an overview of the core functionality of the loupe and the different angles you can use in inspecting your fountain pen. However, if you'd like to know more about how to identify potential issues and how to fix those issues, that is a whole nother topic that would take way too long for this one, but we will be covering it in the future, and we have also covered it in the past. So I'll leave some links in the description below with some resources on how you can identify and troubleshoot some of the things you might find while you're looping it up. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see some more videos, subscribe to our channel here. We are always posting new fun fountain penny things. And if you'd like to pick up one of these loupes, you can head over to gouletpens.com, where we have this available, as well as a plethora of other fountain pen maintenance related stuff to get you up and writing again. Thank you so much. Right on.